Hello everyone and welcome back to my Bold and Beautiful 29 YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Carter Walton made a big pitch to Ridge Forrester. Eric Forrester makes an oath to Ivy Forrester and Electra Forrester. Plus, Zend Forrester Dominguez leaves Will Spencer complexed. Hope Logan encourages Carter with his big plan. Hope says Steffi Forrester Finnegan will repel the plan, but Ridge will hear. Carter says Ridge needs to do further than just hear. Carter repeats that this is a game changer in so numerous ways. Hope loves seeing Carter so agitated and passionate. Carter is agitated that Hope sees his vision. Hope supports Carter and says so. Steffi tells Ridge for the first time she's questioning Carter's judgment. Ridge assumes, because of Hope's line. Steffi has no way seen Carter like this. Steffi says the buyers are dropping like canvases. Steffi says the buyers don't have faith in Forrester Creations presently. Steffi mentions Carter brought Ivy for a surprise meeting about a jewelry line. Eric leverages Ivy. Eric says Electra's forefather would be proud of her. Electra says Eric is getting youngish. Eric comments that Electra has her forefather's charm. Eric is agitated to have further Forresters in the house and leverages Electra fiercely. Zend and Will are working. Zend shows Will his rearmost design. Will looks at the sketch with a disinterested face. Zend wants Will's opinion, since he's working at a fashion house and all. Will says, "Don't ask me, I'm just an intern." Wowzers, Will. The guys sputter about girls. Zend reasons Will being so chill is the reason the models fall each over him. Zend's going to show the sketch to Hope. Zend brings up adding accessories. Will asks with a nonplussed tone, "You mean, like, jewelry?" Zend laughs and says he was allowing more like a handbag. Will brings up Electra and the jewelry line. Electra is overwhelmed with the view from Eric's window. Electra mentions this is Aunt at each how she grew up. Eric wants to know how long Electra and Ivy are staying. Ivy tells Eric that she wants to reboot the Forrester jewelry line. Ivy adds that it presumably isn't going to be. Eric asks why not, and she replies, "Steffi." Steffi tells Ridge she was fully blindsided. Ridge asks how Steffi replied. Steffi says she shut it down. Ridge mentions a jewelry line might be good, but Steffi replies that she said no. Carter and Hope continue bashing Steffi and her opinions. Hope says Carter truly cares about the company. Hope urges Carter to tell Ridge his idea of turning FC into a transnational hustler. Carter asks if Hope is suggesting he go over Steffi's head. Hope says Ridge and Carter are musketeers, and he'll hear. Hope says now is Carter's moment. Don't let anyone or anything get in the way. Zend suggests Electra was playing with Will. Zend says they don't have a jewelry line. Will looks devastated. Zend suggests Will might have Ms. New. Zend can tell that Will really likes this girl. Ivy and Electra look at old family prints. Donna Logan is stuck in business, but is agitated to meet Electra. Ivy's bastard has heard so much about Donna, she's agitated to meet her. Eric and Electra talk about jewelry. Electra is addict girling as she talks about Steffi. Eric asks Ivy more questions about her thing with the jewelry line. Ridge seems agitated that Electra is in city. Steffi comments that Electra seems to be a big addict of Aunt Ivy. Ridge thinks Steffi is passing up a great occasion. Steffi and Ridge debate about Ivy. Steffi says Quinn Fuller Forrester was more seasoned. Ridge says Ivy's stuff sells. Steffi says she thinks Ivy is talented and she'd like to bring the jewelry line back one day. But not now with coffers being thrown at underperforming lines. Ridge says Carter disagrees with Steffi. This is when Steffi says she wonders what's really going on with Carter and Hope. Hope continues encouraging Carter to go after his dreams. Hope also says Carter is being too nice. Hope tells Carter that his voice matters. Hope sees Carter as a leader with a vision for the future of Forrester Creations. Zend has no way heard of anyone named Electra. Zend's phone tangs, it's Steffi. Zend exits. Eric likes Ivy's idea. It was a solid mega hit ahead. Eric will speak to Steffi and says he has a lot of leverage at Forrester Creations. Ivy appreciates it, but doesn't want Steffi allowing they went over her head. Eric explains that Ridge and Steffi are Rico CEOs, and have the stylish interests of the company at heart. Still, Eric trusts Carter as well. Still, also Eric thinks Steffi and Ridge need to hear, if Carter thinks it's a good idea. Zend meets with Steffi and Ridge. They're questioning him about Hope's line. Zend says he's lead developer now, and Hope for the future has a solid direction. Indeed though, this is Zend's stylish work ever, the figures are still falling flat. Hope and Carter intrude Zend's meeting with Steffi and Ridge. Steffi invites them in since they're talking about HFTF. Steffi doesn't know if they can recover. Steffi suggests cutting backing, or cutting the line fully. Hope starts to talk, but Carter has commodity to say. Ridge is open to hear as Steffi and Zend stay silent. Will flashes back to meeting Elektra. Eric invites Elektra and Ivy to stay with him. Eric can also see how agitated Elektra is about the jewelry line. Eric reminds Ivy and Elektra that they're Forresters, and this is their family home too. Ivy leverages Eric. Steffi says no quantum of grandstanding is going to make HFTF look better. Carter says that Ivy's jewelry line is only one small step in his big vision. Carter has been probing and planning for months. This isn't a spur-of-the-moment idea. Ridge presses Carter to continue. Carter wants to expand beyond luxury and fashion. Carter is imagining spirits, jewelry, spices, leather goods, etc. Carter calls it the occasion of a continuance. Carter addresses about the global request. Ridge looks like he's thinking about it, but doesn't give an answer. That's for the coming occasion. Carter Walton to continue shaking up the boardroom at Forrester Creations. Carter's vision for the unborn sparks fierce debates and unanticipated alliances. Hope Logan will continue standing by Carter as he makes his big pitch. Carter started to make his speech, although Steffi Forrester Finnegan tried to play down it. Carter continued talking and concentrated his attention on Ridge Forrester as Hope, Steffi, and Zend Forrester Dominguez heated. Carter to continue talking to everyone about his vision for the future of Forrester Creations. Ridge will hear with interest as Carter addresses about taking the fashion house to the coming position. Still, Steffi's mind is closed to the idea, however, also he should prove his words by showing the figures, if Carter has done months of exploration. At some point, Ridge and Steffi will want to look at this exploration for themselves. Carter does have a big vision, but it also comes at great threat. Steffi will be furious with Carter's pitch. Steffi is formally questioning Carter's judgment as susurrus. Steffi was formerly reluctant to throw further plutocrat and coffers on an underperforming line. Also, Carter wanted Steffi to add Ivy Forrester and Elektra Forrester's jewelry line. Now, Carter is asking the company to take an indeed bigger threat. Steffi will oppose Carter's idea, but it's teased there will be unanticipated alliances and fierce debates. So, which side will Ridge fall on? Eric Forrester's converse with Elektra and Ivy. Eric can see how agitated Elektra and Ivy are about the jewelry line. Still, Eric was confused why Steffi rejected the idea. It surely sounds like Carter is about to start a world war at Forrester Creations. Over with Will Spencer, he might continue asking people about Elektra. Will is surely confused by Zend's statement, but he might not be suitable to get Elektra out of his mind, moreover. Carter brought her in to increase Forrester's deals by reviving their jewelry line that had fallen down since Quinn left. But Steffi wasn't happy to see her kinsman. There's a lot of bad blood between them, so we'll dive right into their conflict. A major part of Steffi and Ivy's beef was over Liam. Steffi and Liam were in point, but he and Ivy grew near when he was on the outs with Steffi. Ivy was furious with Steffi when she tried luring Liam while in an instigated bikini and demanded that Steffi stay down from him. Ivy was in peril of being deported back to Australia and wanted Liam to marry her to help it. Still, Liam realized he still had passions for Steffi but agreed to marry her so she wouldn't get demurred out of the country. Ivy gave Liam his freedom, intimately hoping he'd ultimately return to her. Ivy had come musketeers with Allie, who also didn't like Steffi. Trouble surfaced when Allie went after Steffi. She slashed Steffi's tires and also attacked her with a tire iron. Fortunately, in the conflict, Allie dropped her armament, and when she tried using a gemstone to hit her opponent, Steffi seized the tire iron and inadvertently killed Allie. Ivy showed up while this was passing and mugged it, believing that Steffi killed Allie on purpose. Eventually, Liam chose Steffi shortly after Ivy realized she wouldn't actually get deported after all, and he ditched her during Ollie's burial. Allie used the videotape to blackmail Steffi into making her the face of Forrester Creations. Over time, their feud got worse, and among their numerous physical altercations, Ivy got electrocuted, latterly knocked out, and indeed got a concussion when one of their fights transferred her down a flight of stairs. The two ultimately made up, and Ivy returned in May, formally again putting the moves on Liam. Steffi broke that over, transferring Ivy back to Australia yet again, but now that she's agreed to take on the jewelry line, she'll be in Steffi's face for the foreseeable future.